Good morning, Farm in the Woods fans. So work is beginning. We have a finished slab, and as you can see over there's already some sawhorses set up, and there's some measurements going down, and we already measured side to side, so like an X on the foundation to make sure that it was square, and it totally is. Our guy did an amazing job. Dan is happily using his brand new Father's Day present, which is a new DeWalt saw, which we will do a product review on at a later date once we've had a chance to use it and see how it works. Our air conditioner is running full force in the cabin because it is going to be 90 degrees today, so we're hopeful that we can have a nice cool place to go hang out when the weather becomes a little too much. So this video is really going to just keep you updated on how the progression goes today. It will not be a fluid video, which means I'll do a little bit of narrating and then I'll stop and then I'll come back on. You'll see a couple of pictures here and there, but this is it. So this is the start, the very beginning. I can come down a little bit and show you the full span of the house itself. We tease Carter all the time that when he goes back to school and they say, "What did you do on your summer vacation?" he can say, "I helped build a house." How many kids can say that on their summer vacation? So it's going to be a pretty great experience for him and for his dad, something they can do together. And we're all very excited. So I'm going to stop here, and then there's going to be follow-up videos all along. So stay tuned. So the lines you see here are what Dan used to match up the 2x6 that will complete the wall itself. And so this is what will be accepting the OSB or the wall covering once the wall is finished. So this is what it looks like when you check out a board to make sure it's straight. You pick it up, you turn it over, you look down the side, you look down the thin side, and then you line it up with the two pictures I showed you. So Dan made little pictures with pencil marks. So he's going to line up the board with the pencil marks on each side. See how he did that?
And the crown goes up.
And the crown goes up. And in case you don't know what a crown is what?
Well, each board's got a little bow in it. Nothing's perfectly straight. So you got to find where it bows, and then that piece goes up. So this board bows like this, slightly, and it's going down with the bow on top.
And there we go. And that is a wall.
Well, a portion of it.
A portion of a wall. So this is the next part of the process. As you can see, we have finished the construction of half the wall. And the next process is Dan is applying something called a seam sealer.
It's a sill sealer.
Sill sealer, which you put down in between the concrete and the base of your floor. You use a staple gun to adhere it, and that's what you're going to see Dan doing right now.
After I get done fixing this
Once he
bad boy hole right here.
makes a couple of holes to see these little guys right here. So all of the holes in this have to be able to slide into those. It helps create a rigid wall and a safe wall. What you see here is Dan using some 2x6s to sturdy the walls until he can get some additional supports on the inside of the beams that you can see that are vertical up and down. So he takes out his drill and he gets the board in a place where his level tells him the wall is level, and then he drills that board into the side of the wall to keep it level on the ground until he can help it to stay level by implementing a stronger support system. So in this short clip, you're seeing Dan take the 2x6x10s and connect them to the other 2x6x10, which is going across, and the verticals make that nice sturdy wall that you see in back of Carter. So in this part of the video, you're seeing Dan use his drill to create a hole in the bottom of the wall. So this is the 2x6x10 that will hold the vertical 2x6x10s, and then another horizontal 2x6x10 that creates that square that looks like a wall. So Dan is using the drill here to drill a hole that will fit over that anchor. And the anchor was installed by our amazing foundation guy who poured our slab. And so he's made this so that you can slide it right over on top of that anchor. And of course our dog Blue has to get his time in the spotlight, so you saw his cute little face right there. And so that's what Dan is doing here. And then he had to clear off all of the cement because we couldn't have any crumbs or anything when we put the sill down. And this was the end of day one of building walls. They were able to get a good 2.5 walls up, and the next day we went right back at it again. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, hit that bell, like this video, come along on our adventure as we finish building this house. Come see us soon at Farm in the Woods.